Whether it's kids, relationships, or just plain old principles, some things are just more important than your acting career.
In this job, you carry one suitcase. Your home is the available transportation.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors who walked away from fame.
If that's not a true hero, then I don't know what is.
For this list, we're looking at actors and actresses who achieved a sizable amount of fame and success, but gave it all up voluntarily.
Poor kid, what are you talking about? He's the richest kid in the world!
You don't have children, do you, Dave?
That being said, if the actor or actress did come back, that's all right too, as long as they did purposefully take a hiatus from their work at some point.
Don't you ever just kick back?
Number 10. Phoebe Cates.
Hi, Brad.
Ever wonder what happened to the bombshell from Fast Times at Ridgemont High? Well, wonder no more, as the one and only Phoebe Cates left the acting scene by officially retiring in 1994 in order to raise her kids. We don't blame her, as having kids is a tough job. She did make a brief return as a personal favor for her friend and director of 2001's The Anniversary Party.
You don't miss it?
Never.
But aside from that, it's been all quiet on the fame front for this Gremlins lady.
Thanks for walking me home, Billy.
Hey, no prob.
Night.
Number 9. Renee Zellweger.
Here I am.
Renee Zellweger owned the early 2000s. Giving a voice to the quirky Bridget Jones was the first step, and eventually she took home an Oscar for her supporting role in Cold Mountain.
That's my daddy.
After this, however, her films began to decline in popularity, eventually leading her to take a 5-year break from acting.
Yes, son of a bitch!
For all you Zellweger fans out there, fear not, for she is scheduled to return to the big screen soon, though she may look a little different the next time we see her.
People don't know me in my 40s. She's in her 40s. Perhaps I look different. Who doesn't as they get older? But I am different. I am happy.
Number 8. Cary Grant.
Hello there.
Hello.
If you're not sure what movies he was in, just ask a film buff how great Hitchcock's North by Northwest is.
Tell me, why are you so good to me?
Shall I climb up and tell you why?
But when his daughter was born, and Grant was 62, he gave it all up to give her his full attention.
Sure, a change is fun. For a while.
He was still active, working for several companies as part of their board of directors, but he never again graced the screen with his presence after 1966's Walk, Don't Run.
Oh, I have to get home. It's our 25th wedding anniversary tomorrow. I've never missed one.
When he died in 1986, the world of cinema lovers mourned the loss of an icon.
How about getting out of here? Come on, child, out.
Number 7. Grace Kelly.
Oh, it's enchanting.
Another Hollywood icon, Grace Kelly shone on the screen in a handful of Hitchcock films, as well as the genre-defining film High Noon. So why'd she walk away? She had a pretty good reason. She became a princess. That's right, in 1956, at the age of 26, Kelly married Prince Rainier III of Monaco.
Well, I sort of became a princess before I had much time to imagine what it would be.
She was no longer permitted to act, so she began philanthropic endeavors and embraced her duties as a princess.
Grace bowed to the outcry and gave up her hopes of returning to acting.
Turns out, silver screen royalty makes for pretty good actual royalty.
Guess I'd better start setting up for dinner.
Number 6. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Are you ready to go?
After a slew of rom-coms aimed at teenaged audiences, Freddie Prinze Jr. was slated to be America's next great heartthrob.
What now?
I don't know.
However, he has since stepped out of the spotlight when it comes to major acting roles.
You need your space from Crokerland and probably from me too.
In the late noughties, he took on a creative role behind the scenes for the WWE and made the occasional guest starring appearance.
You will team up with John Cena. Yeah.
He also had a few voice acting jobs in recent years, as well as a small stint on the hit show 24. In spite of all this, he's shown no effort to recapture his former glory, seemingly content with these smaller projects.
Do whatever you guys do.
Number 5. Mauro Wilson.
She's not as good. She always gets parts, and she never does the voices. She smells funny, too.
If you were born in the late 80s or early 90s, you probably have fond memories of this beloved child star.
I love you.
After all, she was in such heartfelt classics as Mrs. Doubtfire and Matilda. But like many other child stars, you either retire early or live long enough to see yourself fall apart.
I know how this all works.
Luckily, Wilson was the former, and in 2013, after her career waned, she made it clear that she wouldn't act on the big screen again.
It's true. It's very true.
She has signed a book deal, however, and the tentative release date for her first novel is 2016.
Well, certainly you are the voice of experience, having been there and then extricated yourself from the whole business.
Number 4. Greta Garbo. This Swedish acting powerhouse was recruited to one of Hollywood's pillars, MGM, early in her career, and appeared in a handful of masterpieces.
That mist covers everything, and out of it may rise at any moment the shape of the beloved one.
However, her background made her much more popular with European audiences, which were hard to come by in the Second World War.
I thought you'd sympathize.
Coupled with her appearance in Two-Faced Woman, a critical disaster at the time, eventually led her to give up acting altogether. Coincidentally, she was offered the role of a bygone film star in Sunset Boulevard.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Despite her being perfect for the role, she turned it down.
She managed it.
Number 3. Dave Chappelle.
I'm just on wine and I'm just getting started, bitches.
Honestly, who among us hasn't caught themselves yelling, "I'm Rick James, bitch"?
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Dave Chappelle was one of the biggest names in comedy for a big chunk of the late 90s and early 2000s.
Smoke weed in peace.
Don't believe us? Just check out the hilarious Chappelle Show.
Hollywood's a crazy place.
After some turbulence with the series, however, where Chappelle expressed that he was not happy with his amount of creative freedom, he left before season 3 could finish production.
Don't go nowhere, we'll be right back.
Since 2007, he's still been performing stand-up, but has made almost no media appearances.
I'm Dave Chappelle, you're the best audience in the world. I'm out!
Number 2. Macaulay Culkin. Everyone's favorite prankster rose to widespread fame after the release of Home Alone and its sequel, in which he took on the Wet Bandits or Sticky Bandits or whatever they call themselves.
We're the Wet Bandits.
Afterwards, he was in a handful of underperforming movies in 1994.
Thank you, Cadbury.
He then took a 9-year hiatus from screen acting, after which he accepted roles in indie films as well as TV cameos.
Now I'm too busy to hang out with me.
With a career unfortunately marred by drug charges and a suspicious relationship with Michael Jackson,
Protection.
Macaulay Culkin now performs in a comedy rock group called the Pizza Underground. Before we move on to our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Yeah. Hello. That's good.
You're joking, right?
No, I've just changed my mind.
Well, I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh.
Well, now that is so sweet, Frank. Thank you, that is so sweet.
Number 1, Rick Moranis.
Okay, who brought the dog?
In his heyday, Rick Moranis was one of the funniest actors around. Between Ghostbusters and Spaceballs, this bespectacled actor had us all in stitches.
I always have coffee when I watch Radar. You know that. Of course I do, sir. Everybody knows that.
But his reason for leaving acting behind was anything but funny. Moranis' wife, Anne, died of breast cancer in 1991. And 6 years later, he retired to be with his family.
That's great!
It's not that great.
Why?
I shrunk the kids.
While he has made a few comebacks in small roles since, we still miss him on the big screen. But we've got to respect his decision to be with those most important to him.
Thanks. Bye, honey.
Do you agree with our list?
I think I'm bleeding inside my chest.
What actors who've left fame behind do you miss?
I don't think I can make it up.
For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.